Okay, we're back. hmm We're back from church. And as usual, I should give you a little synopsis of what church was about. yeah. Before I do that, my girlfriend Kirsten, who used to live downstairs, who lives close to the church, at least we see each other every Saturday and Wednesday. She baked and brought me bread. One of the kids done cut it already. Yes, and I must say the recipe that I use is what she gave me. I just swap out regular flour for the grain flour. Yeah, and so she gave me bread. I gave her one of my body butter so she can, give me reviews on how it is with her skin. So that being said, this is what church was all about. Yeah, so this week, Pastor Allen focused on determined faith still, but his focus was generational leaders. And he used two key people to get his point across. He spoke about Samuel, and if you know the story about Samuel, his mom prayed for him and said, God, if you bless me with a child, I will give him back to you. And when Samuel was of age, she sent him to live and be with the priests in them. And so Samuel, while he was there, heard a voice calling. He thought it was Eli, and he went to Eli, and Eli said, I didn't call you. And then a second time, he's like, I didn't call you. And he realized it was God calling him and said to Samuel, when you hear the person call again, say, yes, Lord, your servant is listening. So he used that. Yeah, so he used Samuel to show that, in order for us to hear God's voice, we have to be listening. We got to listen in order to hear God's voice. And when God speaks to us, we need to say, yes, God, I'm listening, so we can do his will. And I will always say, God's will for us is way better than anything we can will for ourselves. I'm still trying to figure out mine. He also used Esther. And if you know the story about Esther, she was queen during the Persian Empire. And it said that she was set queen for a time such as they were enjoying. Time where they were trying to kill all the Jews, and she happened to be one. Okay, so think about it. Esther, God said to her, if you don't stand and do something, I will still make this happen, but you and your household will perish. Right? So Esther had a decision to make whether or not she should stand for God, and thankfully she did. And the people of Israel were saved, right? So Pastor Allen was saying, first we need to be listening to hear God's voice. And then God is going to be telling us what we need to do. And we have to decide to make that stand and do as he commands. Obedience, being obedient to his will. And in doing so, we are better Christian, but we also make way for the people behind us. We are here today because of the sacrifice the ones before us made. And so in order for God's work to continue, we need to make certain sacrifice for the ones coming behind us, And so I was really touched and moved. And, I always leave there encouraged, wanting to be a better Christian, wanting to do more. Yet again, I like talking about my style, what's going on in my life, but talking about God, not just talking, but trying to live a Christian life is super important. And I really want God to use me in any which way. I was encouraged, and I hope by me sharing this, you're encouraged too, to listen so you can hear God's voice. And when you do hear him, you ask him to speak, Lord, for your servant is listening. And then we can follow through by doing what he says or will for us. Let me know if you guys agree. Yeah, And you know what I say? Let's thank God for every day. Every day above ground is a blessing. It truly is. Have a good one. Bye.